Efforts to pay back some of the $140 million lost in a Georgia Ponzi scheme ended up in federal court today. Channel 2 consumer investigator Justin Gray was the only reporter there. He's been following this case closely for months and joins us live now from the federal courthouse in downtown Atlanta. Justin.
Yeah, George, Judge Michael Brown here today called this a, quote, classic Ponzi scheme. The receiver told me they still don't know all the identities of the investors or how much they put in here. On the 19th floor here today, though, this was about the borrowers First Liberty sent money to. Some of them say they're also victims of First Liberty.
Right now, it doesn't appear that there'll be much of a pie to cut up.
No cameras allowed in federal court, but 94-year-old James McMaster was there. I first introduced you to McMaster this summer. He invested $1.3 million in First Liberty and came to court to hear from the businesses First Liberty allegedly lent that money to.
It's hard to believe that $140 million or plus just got lost in where, it's out in space.
The SEC shut down First Liberty this summer, alleging it was a $140 million Ponzi scheme. Investors' money allegedly diverted to conservative political donations and luxury items like cars and jewelry. Channel 2 Action News cameras were rolling in July as owner Brant Frost IV surrendered the keys to the receiver, who is now tasked with trying to return money to victims. That receiver argued here in federal court that to do that, First Liberty borrowers have to pay up, writing in a court filing, quote, the primary asset of the receivership consists of approximately 60 individual defaulted loans that were made with investor funds to certain borrowers. But some of those borrowers now claim they are also victims of this Ponzi scheme. One company writing, quote, from the first day of the purported loan to the last day of First Liberty's business operations, movements were victims of Brant Frost's ongoing fraud.
It seems like we're just floundering around.
Here in court, the judge set up a framework for the receiver to recover the loan money. The attorney for the receiver telling the judge, quote, these were all real loans. They got value out of this, and they don't want to pay it back.
I did tell the receiver, though, as I walked in, and I said, remember, you get that money across that aisle, I'm in for $800,000. He didn't say no or yes.
And the receiver tells me they do hope to set up a claims portal for investors sometime after the start of the new year. Now, at the same time, this is going on in federal court just a few blocks away at the state capitol, a series of depositions with leadership of First Liberty as state investigators continue their work into their investigation. We are going to continue to follow it all for you. We're live in downtown Atlanta at the federal courthouse. Justin Gray, Channel 2 Action News.
And Channel 2 Action News broke this story in early July when we first told you how First Liberty suddenly failed and closed amid an investigation. Less than a week later, the SEC then charged the company and its founder, Edwin Frost IV, claiming they defrauded about 300 investors out of at least $140 million. We also learned in late July how Frost allegedly spent that money. Investigators say he used it to buy everything from a vacation home rental in Maine to a luxury watch and even donated some to politicians. Frost is now under investigation at both the state and federal levels.